Hey everybody, today we're going to be checking out the entire wave of Speed Champion cars that were issued here in August of 2025. We've got the Porsche, the Dodge Challenger, also a new Bugatti, which is pretty exciting, and a Lamborghini 2-pack. I want to start with some American muscle here. This is the Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat with 390 pieces. This set retails for $27 US. We can see the vehicle driving off into the sunset on the back of the box, beside a digitally rendered real-life image of it as well. The set comes with a pretty rad minifigure. He's got like a half goatee sort of deal there. Some pretty interesting print detailing on his torso. It says SRT above a little car. And that Hellcat has some flame detail on the back of the torso along with the checkered flag. I think this minifigure is perfect for this set. I like how it represents a civilian car guy, not like a race car driver like we've seen so often with other Speed Champions in the past. The vehicle at first glance, it looks really good, but in my opinion, I think the tires are too small. Don't they look a little bit out of scale with the vehicle? Just marginally too small, but they are one solid piece, and you just decorate them with a stud. So yeah, it's just one solid piece. It's no longer like we're putting the rim inside the rubber tire. The tires look good in general, but once again, I just think the scale of them is just a little bit off. The nice thing about this vehicle is it's all print, so this curved slope right there with the logo is printed. And also the cheese slope on the back here, there's actually two of them, so SRT and Dodge. And then we have these same printed elements on the other side as well. The construction of this thing was actually really cool. You can see the way that these panels were all inserted here. So you like brick built them, and the way that they were clipped in place was really well done. And we got the front windscreen there with the green 2x6 tile on top, or like the lime color. And then the seats within. And the seats are actually done with the dark red color, decorated with an ingot and also cheese slopes. And there is a cup of coffee in there and a printed cheese slope for the dash and your standard steering wheel. But the way the seats were installed was really well done as well. They were built and then installed like so. So it's pretty interesting. Also the back glass here, you can see how that hinges, and just the way that all of this was created back there was really well done. We also have some more pieces here which are actually attached to bar elements and to clips just to add that realism. And just like most Speed Champions, it was just a really interesting build. Of course, it doesn't have like opening doors or anything. All of this stuff is sort of affixed to the model, but you can only get so much out of something this size. I like the way that these connection pieces were clipped to the bar element, and then that was installed. It just adds a nice texture to the hood of the vehicle. And then you can see the headlights right there. They're actually done with the 1x1 modified plates with the clip. And there's another SRT print piece in between those as well. And we also have some rubberized horn elements right here on the front of the vehicle. Deconstructing this a little bit further, you can start to see some of the techniques that were used and all of these little mini builds that were attached to the model just to give it its shape. Just a really fun build that has lots of different part usage and building techniques. Next up, we have the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. This one has 348 pieces, and it also retails for $27 USD. Of course, on the back of the box, it's the same sort of dealio. We've got a real-life image of the vehicle, and then a couple different shots of the Lego model. The minifigure is a race car driver. On the torso, it says Porsche Track Experience. No print detailing on the legs or anything. But that same sort of race car driver theme is carried over onto the backside of the torso. And of course, we also get a helmet for this minifig. This one also comes with a wrench because you can change up the rims. At first glance, this one looks really sleek. I think it's definitely on point with the source material. Love the big spoiler on the back there. The colors really work well together, like that's bright light orange, I believe it is, and black. We've got some nice printed detail, such as the headlights and also the cheese slope with the Porsche logo. However, these right here are sticker elements. Got the front diffuser there, and some nice detailing on the hood. I think the tires on this one actually make sense. I think they're the right size for it. The side texturing looks pretty good with the wedge plate there, some studs, also the side mirrors, but we do have a conjoining sticker there that's GT3 RS just below another sticker element there. It's Speed Champions, they're always stickered, unfortunately. You can see this large curved slope right here, meeting up with like the back window. That is a sticker element, but it's on a printed piece. That curve slope is actually printed right there, thankfully, because you have all these black components right here, and that matches up nicely with that, so that's good. Underneath the spoiler, of course, we've got the Porsche tail lights. That's printed, so some narrow print detailing. Then the GT3 RS sticker element, which is like the license plate, and also some tail light detail there. Maybe we could have like built the tail light detail. It's just represented with a sticker or a couple sticker elements above the exhaust and also the diffuser. The exhaust is the candlestick elements. And then you can see we have like the detail of the 1x8 tiles. On the bottom, those fall off quite easily. And there are some details within the interior. Not really any exciting seats. I definitely preferred the seats in the Dodge that we just had a look at there. They just like don't really exist in here, so that's sort of weird. But a lot of the Speed Champions are like that. Not much for a dash either. There is a printed element, a sticker element right there that says 911 on it, and the steering wheel, and a little shifter knob, which is represented by the microphone. But other than that, the interior is pretty much non-existent. I do like the building techniques found in here, and also right here below the spoiler, which can be deconstructed fairly easily as well. This like whole panel can be removed, and you can see it's held in place at an interesting angle because we have these pieces here which are clipped in place, and also there's some clips on the bottom here, and that sort of fastens together. I think the Hellcat was a better build, just like more enjoyable, more interesting things went into it. But overall, I think that this vehicle does a great job of representing the Porsche 911 GT3, and it's cool having one of these vehicles in an 8 wide format. So yeah, pretty sweet looking vehicle. Not bad for 27 USD. It's a good addition to the Speed Champion lineup, I think. Well, everybody, I can't deny it. I'm not Italian, and I am having a really hard time pronouncing the Bugatti. I've tried for about 5 minutes, and I just can't do it. This one has 291 pieces. Once again, retailing for $27 as well. This thing looks sweet. Like, look at that thing. Oh my, they can't even show pictures of it driving. It's that prestigious. Look at my little cheat sheet here. I'm trying to figure out how to say it, okay? I don't know how to say it. I can't. I'm sorry. But this thing just looks crazy. The build was pretty sweet. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But it's hard to not enjoy the Speed Champions just because there's so much that goes into them, I feel. This one only has 291 pieces, which is actually quite a bit less than the Porsche 911 and the Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. The female minifigure has the Bugatti logo printed on the front of the torso, which is pretty basic, but the back of the torso is where it's at. She also comes with a wrench, so you can change up the rims, but the interesting thing about the rims is that you actually get 4 of each, and they're the same, but some are left facing, if you will, and the other 4 are right facing. The build does a great job of representing the Bugatti. It looks pretty sleek, hey? Pretty amazing. Pretty fun to put together, just like all the Speed Champions. I do like the amount of print that we get in this one here. All these elements on the front, like the headlights, these slopes that merge together with those headlights are printed, which is good because those would be conjoining stickers. This slope right here with the Bugatti logo is printed, and these corner tiles are printed as well. But then behind that, we have some sticker detail. There's also this little 1x1 that's printed, and the little plate below that. And you can see the air intake there represented by these like little sailboat elements, which are sort of rubberized, and some wedge plates below that. There's our rims. So you can see we have the different orientations on either side. These running board stickers, those gave me anxiety placing those. Sort of difficult. Maybe those should have been printed. This is all sticker detail on the side there. And of course we have our side mirrors. Got these interesting angles right here. And you can see that these fall off very easily. You just have to barely touch it. They're not held on very well, just like one stud. We got some print detailing on the windscreen there, which can be removed to reveal the more detailed interior than the Porsche. At least we have some curved slopes in there, and also a little bit of a dash or just controls. The control panel in the center there, which is hinged at an angle, and the steering wheel. I forgot to mention that this here is done an interesting angle. It's on some hinges, and if you look inside there, you can see the brown hinges that are holding that in place. There they are. So that's a pretty fun build. Just getting that angle pitched slightly downward for the front. Got some sticker elements there, and some more sticker elements on these interesting slopes on the back here. The glass part, which is also pitched downward, is printed as well. And on the back side, we've got the name of the vehicle, the tail lights, and some of the rear diffusers, which are butcher knives. And some interesting angles coming off the side there as well with those triangular pieces. And there was a lot of jumpers used in the construction of this. You can see when I remove those, there's some jumpers there, and there's actually more jumpers within. So yeah, pretty interesting build. I don't think it was as good as that Hellcat though. With that said though, these two vehicles really shouldn't be compared with one another, should they? No, not at all. Both in Lego form and real life. This one is definitely longer than the Bugatti. And I think that's why the wheels just look so weird. Maybe they don't look weird. Maybe it's just my opinion, but I think it just sort of looks out of scale. But you can see the size difference, specifically lengthwise. The Lamborghini 2-pack retails for $50 US. It comes with 607 pieces. We get the Huracan and also the Revalto. Both of these are street legal cars, which is pretty cool. At first glance, when I have a look at the orange one here in the bottom right corner, and the Lego model, ooh, I don't know how I feel about it. This set comes with two basic minifigures that have Lamborghini logos printed on their torsos. We get one male and one female. I think these colors just really work well. Orange is just such a bold choice for a Lamborghini. It looks pretty fresh. Also the orange and dark azure. Yeah, that really pops. This is the Revalto. I'm sorry, I'm definitely mispronouncing that. I don't mean to, I just have trouble pronouncing things. Sorry about that, but we've got a Lamborghini 2x3 print piece on the front there. Also the headlight detail, I appreciate them trying to get that down right, but I just think the gaps look a little bit too large. We do have a printed piece inside there, which is like transparent, and also this triangular print piece here on the bottom, and an interesting part usage right here, which is another one of those butcher knives to get that nice angle. But I just think that that looks a little bit sloppy. Better than I could do, no question about it, but I just think there's something wrong there, especially when you have a look at the source material of the headlights. So when you compare that to that, it just looks a bit off to me. But I do like this angle here, and I like all the part usage that was used to create that, for sure. You got some rear view mirrors here, which can actually be switched out to black, so we can switch that quarter round to black, and they do provide the alternate piece. And also this triangular tile, which is at a unique angle there, you can switch that to black as well. And that's just held in place by one stud, so if you touch it the wrong way, it'll fall off, of course. We've got the name of the vehicle on that sticker piece right below. But one thing I will note about the stickers is the orange color is actually off, and same with the printed orange detail as well. It doesn't match the color of the plastic. So both the stickers and the printed elements do not match, which is not ideal. You can see another sticker element right here below this triangular tile, and once again, the color just does not match, which is not ideal. But I do like the hinge element there. Maybe this hinge part is coming out a little bit too far, so you can see that stud. So it just looks a little bit sloppy maybe. Also on the top of the roof, there's no like orange. I believe there should be some orange that comes across and connects like we've seen with some of the other vehicles. Like that 2x6 tile, whereas this is all black here. And the print detailing on the windscreen, once again, does not match the color of the plastic. So we can open this up, take a look at the interior there. The steering wheel can move and there's a couple stickers in there, but in general, not a whole lot of much in there at all. There is some print detailing on these large like triangular slope pieces here, mixed in with some stickers below. And then on the rear end, I like this part usage here. It's pretty funny. We got one of the carrot tops and also some of those large stud shooters to represent the exhaust, and also the diffusers have some interesting part usage as well. They're like the claw elements, and then we have some more sticker detail there. So in general, I like the look of it, but I think some things could be refined. It's still a fun build. It's still going to look good with the other Speed Champions. I think the Huracan STO definitely presents a lot better. I love the color. Dark Azure just looks so good. I've been using a lot of Dark Azure in the ocean lately. Lots of sticker elements used here to create detail. And there's some print on the front as well, such as the Lamborghini logo and the headlights. I love the shape here, done with these connection elements at like the 45-degree angle. Creates a good looking front end for sure. All the print detailing on the windscreen conjoins with the stickers back here, and we've got this element that is sort of wedged in place there, adding some nice texture to the back. And this one, I just like the way it was constructed. It's just like a solid build that has lots of interesting, once again, part usage. I say that a lot, I know. You can see we can extract that at the tail lights and the Lamborghini text there, but now we can pull this out, which was actually clipped in place like so. After doing more deconstruction, I guess, to show you some of the interior builds here, so we can rip this all apart. We've got some Palisade bricks inside there, and you can see just the way that everything was clipped together on these modified 1x1s, the 1x2 with the forward-facing clip. These elements which are stuck into the rounded 1x2 plate. So just all sorts of interesting construction goes into it to add all of these unique details. What I find astounding about the Speed Champion lineup is that they're all pretty much like the same footprint, and LEGO can just use all of these different part types and building techniques to create completely different vehicles. It is truly special, and it has come so far. Like, it is just wild the way that these things all get put together. It is pretty sweet, everybody. But you can see we're just constructing this one here, putting it back together. I like the little narrow print detailing right there on that element. And it's just really neat the way that these are all put together. See if I can remember how to do it off the top of my head here. There we go. And then this piece here, which is like that triangular piece, actually slides down and connects to the same bar element that we connected the back end into, and slots in place just like that. And then finally we put the spoiler on like so. It just uses these connector elements and goes into the modified 1x1s like that. Put the side mirror back on. You can just see how constructing it is truly satisfying, and once again, it's crazy how these things have the same footprint and can look so different from each other. 4 sets and 5 vehicles total in the August 2025 wave of Speed Champions. It's insane how many Speed Champions they've issued. The collection just gets larger and larger. It's become a bit much, but I think they continue to be pretty awesome and offer builders a unique experience. You can see what I mean about the Speed Champions collection though. It's becoming almost a little bit overwhelming just because they issue so many new varieties each year. I think we get like 2 waves of them each year now. So it becomes a lot quite quickly. So we have all these Speed Champions here. like the old 6 wide ones, then all the 8 wide ones, and then we have more in this display case right up here. So the collection has become quite large, and I'm not a huge fan of how mine has become a little bit spread out, and I'm probably going to have to redo the shelves when I go about integrating the new ones onto the display. I also need to go through and fix up all my minifigures because a lot of them don't have the minifig stand, so they keep falling over. Some of them are in their vehicles, and a lot of them aren't in their vehicles, so I need to go through and make that all consistent. But first I need to come up with a new way of displaying them so that we can get more space for them, because there's going to be more coming out in the future. So if I want to continue collecting them, well, I need to free up some space here on the vehicle shelves. But don't those shelves look awesome? I think so. Maybe I'll just leave the new Speed Champions in front for now. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed this update. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out in the near future. And have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye for now.